WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Man, do those storms come through?
Yeah, well, it woke me up out of a sound sleep.
Yeah, well, not me. I was wide awake for all of that. Wait till I'm going to tell you something. I don't understand why it is that some people kind of act like their workplace, like we're different, right? We're different. Like when Richard says, you guys blow.
He actually said that, huh?
You suck.
Oh, okay.
You're a joke. Usually about you. But you know. But when he says that, it is easy for us to take it personally because we manufactured the plane. We're driving it every single day. We're flying the plane.
Correct.
So my kids were coming in, and it was kind of neat. Everybody's coming into the same place. The wonderful JFK. And they're all coming up to Syracuse last night. Well, you can imagine with all these thunderstorms, there was going to be trouble.
Some delays.
So the flight was supposed to be in at like, I don't know, 9:30, 9:15, 9:20. And then immediately it first flashed up midnight. The flight will go out at midnight. So we're going to go pick them up. We weren't going to pick them up. I had another family member who was going to be out that way, was going to pick him up, and we were just going to spend a regular night. So it flashed to midnight, and then it quickly changed to a 30-minute delay. Like, that's weird, because you're able to watch right on your phone. You can see where if you follow the flight trackers or any of, there are a million apps.
Yeah.
Or you can just Google it for free, and you've got it. Anyway, so now it's midnight. It's switched back to midnight. Like, wow. So that family member is like, well, I have to keep driving through, and that's okay. We'll go out, and we'll pick them up when they get in at now 12:30. Now it delays again. And
this is the flight from JFK to Syracuse.
Correct. It delays again. Now they won't be in until about between 1:30 and 2 a.m. So I'm like, okay, well, then we'll leave at like 12:30 this morning. And we're getting ready to leave, and we get the call right at 12:30. Just as we were walking out the door, we get the phone call. They have now postponed the flight until tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So now these guys are gonna have to stay at the airport at JFK, or they're going to
go out, get a hotel.
They're going to get them a hotel, and they are, at this point, they're paying for the hotel. They're claiming that the airplane was hit by lightning coming into JFK. Okay, and that they cannot get a mechanic's crew out until the next maybe 3 to 4 hours. So they expect to be able to fly out at 11 a.m. And, okay, so all of these things you understand, right? You understand that
you don't want to, the lightning on a plane is a serious thing. Yeah.
Well, and you understand that they're going through nobody wants this to happen.
Correct.
So, although I do think that there are rules, and if they keep delaying, it kind of saves them. But the fact that they're saying it was struck by lightning saves them because they're not obligated to give anything. So they each got a $12 food voucher for the airport.
Kind.
And they were given, so they had to wait in line. Now, this is a big plane coming up, as big as could fly into Syracuse. So, I don't know, there's 100 people on the plane. I don't know, but everybody's waiting in line, all to get their voucher to be able to either take a cab to the hotel, or if you live in the city, they would give you a cab home. Okay, so my kids are waiting in line. It was, now we're at 1:30 in the morning trying to figure out what's going to happen with them.
Oh my gosh.
So I've been up all night long. Well, that's a lie, because I can fall asleep driving down the road. So believe me, I can fall asleep, which didn't happen until about 2:15. But here's the part that kills me. And I understand weather. It's weather related. The storms were pretty bad up here.
Yeah, they were.
And they were bad throughout the Northeast. So, but here's the problem. They had been upgraded. So when they checked in, it was a very full flight. And they said, you know what? We're going to put you both in first class. Now, first class on this plane this is not your, it's not like it's luxurious. You're just the front seat.
Yeah, so you can get off sooner.
they might, in first class, you'd get a drink or something on Delta, whatever it is that they offer for first class. But they're moved into those seats. So they had those seats. So when they went up to get their voucher for the cab, the male person, what would you call those people at the desk? Flight people.
The ticket counter.
He said, "How did you get these tickets?" And my kids are like, "Well, the woman that just that checked us in, like 5 hours ago, she moved out. The flight was busy. We were the last ones to check in, so she put us there. Well, you didn't pay for these tickets." And my kids are like, "Well, that's true. We didn't. But she put us in these seats. We didn't.
They didn't ask for them.
They didn't even ask for them. They didn't ask for them." And he said, "Well, I'm moving you to the back," and he moved them to the back. You didn't pay for these tickets. I'm moving you to the back.
What a jerk.
So when I had COVID in December, I watched hour after hour of meltdown after meltdown in airports. And my kids, they're not gonna melt down at this point, but they certainly did with me on the phone at 2:30 in the morning.
You got the brunt of it from Mr. Ticket Counter.
I just don't understand why people. I get it. They're probably being yelled at by people, but not my kids. They're not yelling at them. They're intimidated by everything right now.
Miss Susie, who upgraded him, probably went home too, huh?
Well, I'll give you that story afterwards. And but you do wonder, though. You kind of wonder, like, why do you have to act like they're your seats? Wait a minute, you're sitting in my seat. I would have been able to sit there if you. Why do you act that way? So shortly after that, they get their voucher, which, by the way, we end up paying for the cab. Because they everybody at the same time. Now it's almost 2:30 in the morning. Everybody at the same time is calling this transportation company that's going to give them a ride, and they so it's busy.
They only have so many people.
Over and over. It's and there's probably only a couple of cars at 2:00 in the morning. So how long is it going to take for them to get? So I'm like, listen, just take an Uber or your own cab. And pay for it. Don't worry. Otherwise, you're going to sit there all night long, and that's what ultimately happened. Now, as they were leaving, they saw the owner of Delta Airlines, who invented the plane, created the plane, manufactured it, actually put the cloth on the seats.
Yes, upholstered
and owns those seats. He was leaving, and he took off. So my kids walked up to the person that gave them, put them into first class, and said, I just want to say we don't know what we did to be treated this way by this guy. He just started yelling at us for having these seats. And she said, well, I put you there. Well, he moved us to the back. And she said, just don't tell anybody, but I'm moving you right back up to the front. So now that is if the plane gets out. Now that's if the plane gets out. We don't even know that the plane's going to get out, but they're looking at like 12:45 today. So
wow, so it'll be on the same plane that was hit by lightning.
Yes. Well, I'm glad the plane's good and charged. The batteries are all charged. Everything's ready to go. But you do wonder, why do you have to treat people like it's your Like, it's your
I wonder.
plane. Why do you have to treat people that way?
I wonder if there's some financial incentive for him to actually sell or upgrade a first class seat.
There's nobody left to do it to. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody. Maybe the next day, maybe today, they could try to squeeze somebody onto that flight, but who's going? So anyway, just letting you know, people, take a deep breath. We don't have to be mean to everybody.
Jeez.
I wish I was. You know what? If I was there, I wouldn't have gotten on any flight.
Yeah, you would have been.
That's the problem.
You would have been in a cell at Rikers. Probably.
It wouldn't have been good. Let me go to Tanya J. Powers. A Connecticut congresswoman is declaring New Haven the pizza capital of the Give Me a Break.
Give me a break.
Here's Tanya J. Powers to talk about that.
This story's on our website right now because I was so furious yesterday. I posted this.
Hello, Tanya J. Powers. Good morning.
She's speechless. She's speechless.
Hold on, though. Is there something that I'm doing wrong here? I'm trying to look. Try this. There she goes. Yeah, I thought I had it. Hi, Tanya. Good morning.
She just hung up on her.
I did hang up on her? That's her now. I can try her. Here's the line that's in program. It's on. I don't get it. Let's try it again. Hello, Tanya. Good morning. What are we doing? What am I doing wrong? You want to come around here and tell me what I'm doing wrong?
Yeah, sure. I can look at it.
Because you can say, well, Bill, you're supposed to hit this. What are you doing?
Maybe it was the lightning, Bill.
We're in program. It is. I've hit that. We're here. Don't hit that. You're going to hang up on her.
It says on the air.
I does say that. Hi, Tanya. Good morning. Now I got you.
Hello, how are you?
Wonderful. Boy, I feel like I'm trying to get a plane on a ticket on an airplane. It's just terrible. Did you do anything, Andrew?
I just hit the button.
I hit the button too. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hit it hard enough.
On air.
Well, anyway, being in a city like New York, it's pretty hard to say New York is not the capital of the pizza world. But New Haven claims, and I know there are people that have said they will drive to New Haven, Connecticut to get pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not aware that New Haven pizza was a thing before I moved here about a decade. And a quick story: one of our anchors, Paul Stevens, with Fox News Radio, longtime anchor. When I first came here, everybody was telling me, "Oh, you got to go see this. You got to go try that. You got to do this." And he said, "Look, you need to come to New Haven. We've got the best pizza." And I was like, "I just moved to New York. Why would I go to New Haven?"
Correct. Right.
I don't understand this concept, And he was like, "No, seriously, you have to. It's amazing." I've not been, no shade to New Haven. I've been meaning to go, just haven't. However, they are very proud of their pizza, so much so that their representative, Rosa DeLauro, read a statement into the congressional record on Wednesday that declared New Haven to be the best pizza in the country. She said that they will call Connecticut the pizza state. I think New York would like a word. Because or Chicago, even for that matter.
Yeah.
I know that they're very proud of theirs.
Even Detroit.
Apparently so is Detroit, yeah. They're very proud of theirs as well. And they're all different, make them different ways. But yeah, this is the folks in Connecticut have decided, look, we're going to just declare ourselves this.
Is there a New Haven style pizza? Is there a New Haven hand tossed? Is there a
right.
Apparently,
is it just their version of New York style pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pizza Hut is not doing the New Haven pizza that I know of. Apparently, it's like they put it in coal and brick fired ovens. And I guess it kind of looks, maybe chars it a little bit. I'm not really sure.
Well, those we have a few of those trucks. I have a cousin who owns one of those trucks, as a matter of fact, and it's wood fire brick in a brick oven, and it gets very hot. The pizza takes like 1 minute to cook, and it is very good. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know how you can compare anything to a great New York style thin crust pizza. Mm-hmm. That is the pizza of all pizzas. It's where it all came from in the United States. Yeah,
I mean, and like you said, it's it's even. My argument for New York pizza is, I mean, it's amazing. First of all, and secondly, it's the perfect on the go food. You just fold it in half, and you can either eat this sitting down, you can take it with you. I mean, it's not uncommon at all, and it's it's amazing. I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of difficult to mess up a pizza.
It is.
You gotta really be working. You got to be working at it.
I've tasted a few that I'm like, oh my Lord, don't do it. But I feel the same way. Like, I want to go to New Haven and just take an overnight weekend trip and just try the pizza and see what everybody. I'm gonna have to do it just to see what everybody's talking about. Yeah, I do too.
I've been meaning to do it now. I really have to. Apparently, they have like 75, more than 75 pizza making establishments, according to the representative's office. Apparently, in comparison, according to the New York Times, who quotes the New York City Health Department database, we have about 1,600 pizza operations across 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
So,
well, I got to say, I mean, Utica is a huge Italian food town, taking great pride in our pizza. And there are many different varieties. Buffalo is a huge pizza town. Obviously, but we all looked in New York City. It's where the immigrants first came.
It's the beacon of Italian pizza hope.
We have I believe it's the second oldest pizzeria in America here in Utica, called Oscanizzo's.
Wow.
And the reason it's called Oscanizzo,
cool.
It is very cool, and the pizza's really good. And the reason they call it Oscanizzo's is because it used to be a hand truck that he would push around, and people, when they wanted the pizza, I guess in Italian or something, they'd call the guy Scanitz. So they'd be like, "Oh, Scanitz, come over here. I want a piece. I want a piece." And it ultimately became Oscanitz. That's how it became, I'm pretty sure. And it is
we still order from there today.
The first oldest pizzeria is in New York City. So
wow.
Well, that's the thing, is New Haven is one area. Come on. I mean, we've got a whole state filled with good pizza.
This is, Tanya, let me just tell you something. This is bullcrap.
It's an outrage.
This is an outrage.
And by the way, I just Googled the Oscanizzo pizza.
Yes.
You can have them shipped.
You can.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, now, Tanya, what you don't know is this is a style it's exclusive to Utica. It's called upside down pizza.
Well, I don't know that it is exclusive to Utica, but certainly
it should be.
So the everything is flipped. So the cheese is on the bottom, and if you got sausage or whatever sauce, all that is on the top. So it's flipped. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I need to try this as well. I just want pizza. This whole segment's just making me hungry today.
It's making me hungry too. And I don't know about you, but if anybody who's worked in radio, cold pizza on a weekday or weekend morning that you're going in early, writing news or what have you.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. So,
I'm just going to tell you, anytime there is an election, you can count on the fact that somebody in the Fox newsroom is having pizza. It is an election night pizza thing from every time.
There is an old story I remember where they could tell in Washington at the Pentagon or the White House that something crucial was going on because of the increase in pizza orders at midnight. They're like, that was an indicator that something big worldwide was going on. So,
wow.
Oh, boy. Well, listen, we're off tomorrow. We hope you enjoy the weekend and have a beautiful a nice Memorial Day weekend. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tanya.
J. Powers from Fox
I am
News.
actually working on, and hopefully it will come to fruition. I have contacted her office. I will be attempting to get Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro on the program for Tuesday morning to discuss with her our concerns of her declaration. So
that story, by the way, about Scanizzo. Oh, Scanizzo, over here. I want a piece. The definition, thank you, Donna, of Scanizzo is street urchin. A street urchin.
Oh, okay.
So a person out selling something on the street. And that supposedly is how the name Oscanizzo's got its name. Pretty cool. Like if somebody came into Oscanizzo's and started sitting at if the owner had a table and they came in and they started sitting down at the table, I could see a clerk coming up and saying, "How'd you get that seat? You can't sit there. That's the owner's seat. Right?
You can't eat that pizza.
I understand that. But this whole thing that the airline is like, how'd you get that seat? I'm about ready to go home, but I don't want you to have that seat. I mean, what gives here?
He's got some interpersonal
That's
issues.
exactly right. There's something going on in that person's head.
Yeah.
That they're not happy about themselves.
He's never flown class. First class.
No.
He works at an airline, has never had that luxury.
Yep. And I'm going to make you suffer because of it. What else do we have? We have a full lineup here today. We'll speak with the Monjos. Bill Monjo's in today. Gives he flew airplanes in the Vietnam War or the Vietnam conflict, and he'll talk about what Memorial Day is really about and what we should remember. And we know the answer, don't we? But also why it's not Happy Memorial Day. Although you can enjoy Memorial Day weekend, and you should enjoy it. And I got to say, the way the weather is looking, Richard, you may jump around a shower or two on Saturday, but for the most part, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
looking really good.
Looking good. Monday, you're right. Looks like it could be the washout of the week. Who knows? I don't know. Congressman Mark Molinaro is on. He's working with Bassett to address health care concerns in the region. That's pretty big. So Molinaro, who now represents Cooperstown in his congressional district, will be on the radio this morning. Speaking of politicians, Christine Esposito is running against Marianne Buttonshaw in the upcoming assembly race. So that will be interesting. For the first time, we'll chat with her. Vince Scalise, the Utica Center for Development, wants everybody to know there will be a Memorial Day parade, and you can be a part of it. So get ready for that. And John Decker, Gray TV, is on this morning, and a whole bunch more. And there you go. Davey, how you doing today? You feeling good?
Yeah, but I'm going to throw in the white towel when you guys ask me for the whole biker question. You guys are going to pick.
I'm not even going to ask you.
Yeah,
he wants us to pick.
Yeah, no, we can't do that. Habaika said you have to pick.
You're the exclusive
Hold
prize
on. I've
picker.
got Joe messaging in right now. Bill, Davey has to pick.
Yeah. He's the official prize picker.
So we have Beach Boys tickets to give away today.
Yep.
And John Stamos is going to be the drummer for the 31st.
John Stamos.
When the Beach Boys play.
Forever.
And Davey, when we come right back, I want you to tell me the number that you've come up with here. We'll call this because we're off tomorrow. So this is our kickoff to Memorial Day weekend. And how much money will we try to give away? How much of Habaika's money will we try to give away? And we'll get to that coming up. I have phones active this morning, 315-736-0186. Wayne, stand by. I'll get right to you. Andrew is telling me I got to take a quick break. How long will this break be?
2 to 4 minutes, but probably 2 minutes.
Make it just 2 minutes. We'll break for 2 minutes and come right back at WIBX.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges on your tax debt daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you will owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is, getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima Tax have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-480-6932. That's 800-480-6932. 800-480-6932.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Madison Hotel today, starting at 8 a.m. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. The Madison Hotel, home of the half-pound Gorge Burger. Try their jumbo wings and made-from-scratch meals. Women-owned and centrally located. Just a short drive from Utica, even shorter from the Valley. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates today for Madison Hotel. Make sure you hurry because they sell out fast at seizethedeal.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 6-1, visit staples.com/print for details.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I don't know if you saw the billboard that went up in Herkimer.
Yeah,
I'll try to put it up on YouTube this morning. By the way, how do you listen to this program? You can watch it on YouTube. Search Keeler Livestream. Additionally, of course, there's the app. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, for God's sakes, what are you waiting for?
What are you thinking?
It's free. Next week, we'll give you a chance to win pool chemicals if you have a pool or a hot tub. But you're going to have the app. So download it now so you're ready for that. You can also message us quite easily there. You can call us, blah, 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 blah.
You can complain like Lance and Lee does.
Let's see. Davey, hold on. I'm coming to you. He's ran away. As crazy as this pizza store is, it's probably good to have the Congress fighting over this rather than continuing to rack up the debt. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Make Joe have to chase another. Give away a lot of money and make Joe have to chase another ambulance.
Wow,
ooh, that's a good one. New York Pizzeria in New Berlin has the owner's table up front by the window. I used to sell him. This is Nagel Moretti Italian beer. He missed it from home. I took my wife there for dinner one time, and he invited us to eat at his table with him. And bought the dinner. I'll never forget that small act and wonderful act of hospitality.
That's
a lot
awesome.
of times an owner will have a table. It's their table. But it's not like the owner of Delta Airlines had that front seat. I just don't understand why some people have to act like that. Or I love the people that when you're driving too fast or there's a stop sign, you maybe roll through it. There's a driver out there that starts yelling at you. What are you doing? What in the hell are you doing?
Don't you know the rules of the law?
The speed limit is 35 here, and you're going a good 48. Who do you think you are? Sir, you don't own the road. Yeah, I may not own the road, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not putting up with this. You know what?
I'm calling the police.
No, he apparently is the police, right? I mean, I don't understand. Why do people take this stuff? You're going to kill a cat, is what you're going to do. Cat's going to run out in front of you, and you're going to kill the cat. Or it could be a kid. I understand if you're yelling because you're driving by somebody's house, they have kids, or they don't want people speeding by their home, that's different. But, you'll be just driving down the road, and somebody will get mad because you've done something wrong, and they start screaming at you. Let it go.
Breathe.
You know the old Disney song, Let It Go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I hit the button, and I heard the click.
It says on air?
And it does say on air. It said on air. It said on air before. I should be good.
This is like the Q incident of Tuesday.
Let me go to Wayne, who's on the line right now. Wayne, good morning.
Hey, guys. My brother is one of them. He's always complaining about how somebody's going too fast, somebody's tailgating, somebody's passing, whatever everybody else is doing, not paying attention to himself, and whatever he does goes. Word is bond.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes we just got to take a deep breath and not worry about everybody else.
That's right, because it's less stress on you.
It is. That's exactly it. Why place the stress on yourself? Yeah, I'm with you. So what's so you have a question about Little League. What do you have?
This is the first question. The other one you're going to laugh at.
Okay.
The first question is, okay, when you have a baseball field, is there a rule in place where people can't smoke vapes, blunts, cigarettes, whatever, anything, pipes? Is there just a rule in general where they're not supposed to bring that around the fields, or is that anything goes? You can bring open container, drinks, anything like that. You can do that, or is there some sort of rule? Because I don't see signs up at the games, and I see all these older men, not so much the women, but older men and younger guys either vaping or smoking blunts.
Well, you're at
the Little League game.
That's terrible.
At the Little League games, there's no rule, no law, and I don't remember or even think there's a sign up in North Utica, or even if there is, should there be more than one sign?
Is that where all the games are played for the city? Because I know where you live, Wayne, and there's the Wonko Field. Do they not play there anymore?
No, well, they do. They got it split up to where some play over at Edison, some play at Wonko, some play over in Valdi.
Let's stick to the topic. The topic is, why the hell are these guys at a Little League game smoking
weed?
Even smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's ignorant. Even if they're vaping and they're doing it and it doesn't smell like weed, that's fine to get high. But why do they got to sit in the stands and show this to little kids that it's all right to do that?
I would think
someday I want to be like you.
In most cases, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in most cases, it is usually a tobacco-free area, a field like that, where there's no smoking cigarettes, there's no chewing tobacco, there'd be no marijuana.
You're setting an example. This is the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I got to tell you another one. I mean,
I am with you. I'm with you on this. I think that's very bad. They shouldn't be doing
that.
But
you talk to people that know things about the whole Little League. So ask that question when you got Jeff Manansky in or whatever.
Okay.
He should know, too.
Like, is there a rule? Is there a Little League rule that prohibits smoking anything? Okay, fair enough.
Galini used to take a big part in what goes on with Little League, and I'm surprised it's not in better condition with the equipment that they supply him with, the fields, all that stuff. And he, of all people, should have signs up and enforce this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying send this parking meter guy around to give people tickets for smoking, but they should at least have something
to at least advise.
Fair enough.
Remind people.
I am with you. I'm with you on this one. Right. Okay. What else do you have?
Bill, you got to hear this one. This is a good one. I'm on the Parkway yesterday, Oneida Street in the Parkway. There's a homeless lady, got a sign up. She's thin bone, drug skinny. She's turned around. She's got looking at everybody. She's rubbing her stomach. Says pregnant. Will work for food. Anything would help. I look up in front of me, and Angeline tells me, "Don't do it. Don't reach in my pocket to give her any money." The person in front of me pulls out a cigarette and a lighter and gives her the cigarette. She grabs the cigarette, gets the lighter, lights the thing up. What's wrong with that picture?
Well, the fact that she's pregnant.
Is she really pregnant, though? Is she really pregnant? That's going to be the question.
But the best part is, even if she isn't, could she not play it off and not smoke the cigarette?
I know.
Wayne, oh my gosh, the things that you and Angeline see is just amazes me.
It's unbelievable.
Oh my gosh,
it is unbelievable.
Did your car make it through the MBT parking lot from the other day?
Oh.
How about? Do you see the size of that? That's a car. That's right in the ATM most traveled part of that bank.
Yeah.
And they have it's a ditch.
Yeah, there is a lot of bad situations out there in terms of winter. I mean, that shopping center in the back, there's still people missing.
They have no coots. They have no coots for that parking lot.
No.
You think that they would, throw some loose stone in there or something, or somebody throw a body in there and drive over something.
Yeah, God, we've added some hard fill. It cost us about $3 a yard. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Wayne. Hey, have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Grandy's and is that how you say Grandy's and Sequoia?
Yeah.
That is an awesome pizza.
It is. Listen, there are many great pizzas in the area. Each one is like a different meal. You could eat day after day after day all year long, and you're going to get new pizza, different style pizza every single day. So love it.
New York is number one.
All right there, Wayne. Thank you, man.
Later, guys.
You have fun.
All right, Wayne.
All right. And that pizza story I've heard before. And there are people that will say, yeah, well, don't say New Haven pizza's not good until you've tried it. I've spoken to people. Maybe we'll try it sometime. Maybe we'll just broadcast there to check out their pizza. Big hour, lots to do. How much are we giving away, Davey? What's the number?
5 cents.
Okay, we'll figure that out coming up.
No.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information for young families. If you have young children, you face unique challenges that must be addressed when considering your estate planning.
Well, they, of course, have issues related to who will take care of and raise their children when they die. In addition, they have to have concerns about how the assets are maintained and managed after their death. They need to utilize trusts, and of course, they need to have life insurance to protect their children for future costs.
Blended families face unique circumstances and legal issues that must be considered with their estate planning.
How do we make sure that all of the children from both families receive some sort of inheritance? Oftentimes, we'll use very special techniques in our wills, or we'll use IRAs or life insurance to make sure they receive an inheritance. They are all very special challenges.
To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/triumph first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/triumph to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Have you or anyone you know ever lived or worked at Camp Lejeune before 1987? Camp Lejeune's water systems were contaminated by chloride from fuel leaks on the property. If you had any contact with water while at Camp Lejeune and have been diagnosed with any type of cancer or Parkinson's disease, you could be entitled to compensation. Call us today. Do not delay.
800-447-3030. 800-447-3030.
Paid for by Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF-certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their roofs for troops mail-in rebate. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the City of Utica's Memorial Day and Independence Day parades, sponsored by Mastrovito Hyundai. Register for the parades, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support May 27th and July 4th. To register for the parades or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Mastrovito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Rodney Atkins, June 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater. Get your tickets now at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Nikki Haley has made up her mind. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I will be voting for Trump.
After running against the former president, now 2 months after dropping out of the Republican race, Haley tells the Hudson Institute President Biden's a catastrophe on foreign policy and border security.
Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me.
Now today, former President Trump will reach out to minority voters in a Democratic stronghold in New York City, the South Bronx.
That's a good step for him, yeah. Him coming here is going to bring light to the hood.
He has complained during his New York trial that he sees being made to sit in a courtroom as a conspiracy to keep him off the campaign trail. His planned appearance at a Bronx park is likely to be met with counter-protests. Democratic Congressman Richie Torres tells Fox News Digital that the South Bronx has, in his words, no greater enemy than the former president.
Fox's Gernal Scott. A disaster at a presidential candidate's rally in Mexico. Part of the stage collapsed. Lighting and roofing came crashing down, too. At least 9 people were killed, about 50 others injured, but not the candidate. Jorge Alvarez Maínez left unhurt. On Capitol Hill,
senators will face an important decision. Will both sides come together to advance a bipartisan border security bill, or will partisanship get in the way once again?
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer plans a vote today trying to revive a border security bill that stalled in February, led by Trump opposition. Republicans say the bill that had the backing of some GOP senators did not go far enough dealing with record illegal immigration. Yet another Russian attack in Ukraine. Missiles hit the city of Kharkiv early today. 6 civilians were killed, at least 16 people injured. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky called the attack extremely cruel, again calling for more air defense help from NATO countries. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
You know, we're so fortunate in this country to have a military that is 100% volunteer. Now, that's why Pure Talk proudly supports America's Warrior Partnership and their mission to prevent veteran suicide. If you make the switch on your cell phone, well, guess what? You're going to get Pure Talk's 5G network, unlimited talk and text, $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now for superior cell phone service, half the price of the big carriers, and you also help a vet in need.
Boeing is under even more scrutiny amid all the focus on its manufacturing safety lately.
Another fleet of Boeing planes is found to have a potentially dangerous flaw, a problem that could set the aircraft on fire. The manufacturer discovering the Boeing 777 airliners have poor electrical insulation near its fuel tank. And according to an FAA directive, if the issue is not addressed, it could result in an ignition source in the fuel tank and subsequent fire or explosion. The concern affects about 300 of Boeing's aircraft across the U.S. Boeing, of course, has had numerous safety issues, including one where one of its planes lost a door on a 737 MAX 9 plane mid-flight. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
Now an update on that horrific flight the other day. Hit by turbulence so severe, 1 passenger was killed.
There are no life-threatening cases, but 40 people are being treated for spinal cord, brain and skull injuries. Half of them are in ICU. One 73-year-old man died when the Singapore Airlines flight from London hit extreme turbulence. It's thought he may have had a heart attack. Passengers have described sheer terror. One said everyone was bleeding. The plane diverted to Bangkok in Thailand. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board is sending a team of 5 to help the investigation. That's because the aircraft was an American-made Boeing 777. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures rising modestly the day after selling dragged the Dow down 201 points. The Nasdaq lost 31. In the NBA playoffs,
Doncic fakes, bumps, fires, good! Big shot!
Luka Doncic scored 33 points to lead Dallas to a comeback win in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Mavericks beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 108-105 on TNT. On the ice, Florida shut out the New York Rangers 3-0 in the NHL Eastern Conference Final opener. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time. 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up, and I got to tell you, it looks like a good one. Madison County deputies say there's no threat to the public after a woman's abduction claim was unfounded. Deputies went to an area near Chittenango Falls yesterday to look into a report that a woman may have been abducted. By the time they arrived, the woman and 3 men had already left the scene. They were later found, and no additional details have been released about the case. Herkimer police say they foiled a crime ring that was targeting The local Walmart, police say they were called to investigate a woman that was making a suspicious withdrawal with a fake out-of-state license, at the bank there. Police learned the woman, identified as 49-year-old Kelly Origo, was with two accomplices that had been trying this scheme at numerous banking institutions from New York City to Buffalo, down to New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Police arrested Jason and Jordan Arzu, both 24 of the Bronx. All three were charged with felony possession of a forged document, attempted grand larceny, and conspiracy. Additional charges are pending. All were held on $20,000 bond. Sentencing for the suspect involved in the Varick Street shooting has been postponed. Tyrell Brown, who confessed to the murder of Kwame Smith, appeared at Oneida County Court Tuesday. Smith was shot and killed inside the HK Restaurant and Lounge last November. Sentencing was scheduled for Brown on Tuesday, but he informed the judge he wanted a new attorney because he felt pressured into taking the plea deal, which he claims he was only given 15 minutes to consider. The judge advised Brown that there was no guarantee that he can retract his plea, but scheduled his return to court with a new attorney in 2 weeks. The Susquehanna SPCA and New York State Police released more details about the horrific animal abuse case in New Berlin. New Berlin. What did the bill always correct me on? New Berlin.
New Berlin. It's New Berlin.
That horrific animal abuse case in New Berlin. Authorities were called to a property on Clark Lane and Pig Farm Lane and documented dead, decaying, sick, and suffering animals on the property that signaled the abuse had been going on for years. In the end, 107 animals were seized. 24 were dead. Police also found a graveyard of bones. 4 people were charged with felonies: 44-year-old Dominic Brown, 74-year-old Jane Richards, 56-year-old Helen Good, and 60-year-old Katharina Good. The owners have yet to surrender their rights to the seized animals. And one of the stars of the hit TV show Full House is going to be joining the Beach Boys on stage at the Stanley Theater for their appearance May 31st. Stamos has performed with the Beach Boys multiple times and made an appearance in their music video for the hit song Kokomo. Seats for the upcoming concert are still available through Ticketmaster, but we'll have them for you to win later on this morning on First News with Keeler. Right now it's 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture. For today, we can expect cloudy skies, maybe a few rain showers this morning, then cloudy skies gradually become sunny with a high near 80. Mostly clear overnight with a low in the mid-50s. Then tomorrow, sunny skies with a high in the upper 70s. The weekend looking good too. Maybe a few rain showers on Saturday, but we'll see a high in the low 80s. Sunday looking really nice with sunny skies and a high in the low 80s. Right now, we're at 65 degrees under cloudy skies. It's 7:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43, local contractors. Well, the Mets were swept by the Guardians of Cleveland after falling 6-3 in the finale at Progressive Field. Reed Garrett was charged with the loss after allowing 1 run on 2 hits over an inning of relief. Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, and Harrison Bader each went deep with a solo shot. New York is now 4th in the NL East at 21-28. They'll host the San Francisco Giants for a 3-game series that begins tomorrow night at Citi Field. The Yankees snapped their 2-game skid with a 7-3 win over the Mariners in the Bronx. Nestor Cortez, that is nasty Nestor Cortez, earned his 3rd victory of the season after striking out 6 batters over 5 scoreless innings. Juan Soto went 2 for 4 with a pair of home runs and 3 RBIs. Aaron Judge and Alex Verdugo also went deep for the Bombers, who are now 1st in the AL East at 34-17. They'll wrap up their 4-game series this afternoon at Yankee Stadium with Luis Gil on the hill. One member of the Knicks has been recognized for his stellar season. Star guard Jalen Brunson earned All-NBA second-team honors. He's the first Knicks guard to earn an All-NBA selection since Walt Clyde Frazier. After the 74-75 season, Brunson averaged a career-high 28.7 points and 6.7 assists per game this season. New York finished as the 2nd seed in the East before being eliminated by the Pacers in the 2nd round of the playoffs. And the Rangers are now down 1-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They were defeated by the Panthers in Game 1 by a score of 3-0. Want to tell you that if you're dealing with chronic pain, it can be excruciating and it can be debilitating, and odds are you are absolutely sick of it. Well, if you're trying pain pills or pain injections, they, in some cases, can only mask the pain, not treat the actual problem causing the pain. That's where Revive Softwave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica comes in. They're an FDA-cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free treatment for chronic pain, inflammation, and joint issues. Whether you're dealing with neck, back, knee, wrist, arthritis, shoulder, neuropathy, or foot and ankle pain like I was, this technology may be able to help you. It produces high-speed sound waves that directs blood flow and your body's natural stem cells to the impacted area to promote natural healing. It's so effective that there are several sports teams that use this technology, like the Nets, the Giants, the Cubs, the Guardians, the Lakers, and the Steelers. Also, Team USA is now using Revive Softwave Therapy, this technology. So if you want to learn the benefits of Softwave, if you want to book an appointment, see videos, testimonials of it being done right here in Utica with Dr. Tim Delmedico and his team, call 315 or go to reviveutica.com or call 315-725-8427. That's the number to call. 315-725-8427. Let them know you heard about them on the Keeler Show, and you will get a significant discount, part of Discovery Days, on your initial consultation and treatment. Let the healing begin with Revive Softwave Therapy on Genesee Street. That's reviveutica.com.
We have a bunch to get to, and is Davey in there? He's not. We're going to find out in a second how much money we're going to put on the line here today of Habaika's money. Pretty excited about it, although Davey seems overstressed. He seems very bothered. Are you noticing that?
Yeah, I think he's ready for the week to be over.
Congressman Mark Molinaro coming up in a moment. Also, later on in the hour, she's running against Marianne Buttonshaw in the Assembly, handling Rome and Utica. She's a Republican. Christine Esposito is coming up. Also, Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. There's a story up on our website right now. You can check that out. It's from New Hartford. Last week's Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. Before we got off the air, the attorney for the person who was wanted last week had reached out to the court and had already negotiated terms last Thursday.
That is awesome.
Based on the person being the wanted person of the week through Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers. Pretty cool, right? That is everybody. That's people that are listening right now. Chances are doing your duty by sharing that story and saying to somebody, hey, have you seen this person? Or maybe someone, in this case, it was the attorney listening who heard it and immediately acted. Pretty wild.
The attorney was probably like, what are you thinking? What are you doing?
You're now on the radio. You're famous.
On.
Oh, my God.
Look at that mugshot.
Hold tight. We're coming right back with Congressman Molinaro on WIBX.
Step into the magic of the 2024 Glimmer Glass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater.
The Glimmer Glass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts nestled on the banks of beautiful Otsego Lake, just minutes from Cooperstown, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs from July 22nd through August 20th and invites you to immerse yourself in myth, mystery, and adventure with productions that explore the connection between identity and illusion.
From the timeless hilarity of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance to the gripping drama of Pagliacci.
Celestial escapades of La Callisto and intriguing mystery of Elizabeth Cree. Experience the magic firsthand.
The Glimmer Glass Festival, a highlight of your summer experiences in the Cooperstown region. Hiking, kayaking, picnicking, and world-class opera and musical theater. Just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and to learn more about this year's festival. Then join us and see for yourself why there's no place quite like Glimmerglass.
Is credit card debt weighing you down? Are you losing sleep at night, worrying about how much you owe? Have you ever used one credit card to pay off another credit card, just prolonging the problem? You're not alone. Half of all Americans are dealing with troubling credit card debt. But there is an answer. Zero Debt USA has proven strategies to eliminate that troubling credit card interest and get you out of debt fast. They can often get your monthly payment down to less than half of what you're currently paying. Work with a company that can help. Visit ZeroDebtUSA.com. Again, ZeroDebtUSA.com.
Memorial Day deals are here at Mattress Express. Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic sets and then get up to a $300 prepaid Visa card from Mattress Express. Then take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for qualified buyers on Tempur-Pedic at Mattress Express.
Rodney Atkins, June 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater. Get your tickets now at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
Paid for by government.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-222-3807, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 O Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, the final year of production. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-222-3807. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-222-3807 now to secure your 1904 O Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-222-3807.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Just admit it, you love yard sales. Only one thing beats driving around looking for them. That's going to the world's largest yard sale. Good news for you, it's back and bigger than ever before. The world's largest yard sale is coming to Herkimer County Fairgrounds on Saturday, June 8th. You'll find treasures and deals of a lifetime. Find things for your house, your car, your pet, and most importantly, find things for you. There will be great food and music and hundreds of vendors with tons of treasures. Don't miss out on the world's largest yard sale, all happening on Saturday, June 8th at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds. The world's largest yard sale is brought to you by the Potting Shed Antiques and sponsored by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories, Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority, Clinton Tractor and Implement Co., and Standard Heating, Cooling, and Insulating. The first 500 people through the gate will receive a reusable tote bag from OHSWA to put their goodies in. To get more information, click the Events tab on this station's website.
Have you or anyone you know ever lived or worked at Camp Lejeune before 1987? Camp Lejeune's water systems were contaminated by chloride from fuel leaks on the property. If you had any contact with water while at Camp Lejeune and have been diagnosed with any type of cancer or Parkinson's disease, you could be entitled to compensation. Call us today. Do not delay.
800-447-3030. 800-447-3030.
Paid for by Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Utica Center for Development wants you to join the City of Utica's Memorial Day and Independence Day parades, sponsored by Mastrovito Hyundai. Register for the parades, have fun, build a float, or just walk and show community support May 27th and July 4th. To register for the parades or to be a vendor for the 4th of July party in the park, sign up today at ucdevelopment.org. The City of Utica parades are brought to you by the Utica Center for Development, Mastrovito Hyundai, Bank of Utica, and Save the Day Foundation.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, it's Thursday. Richard's already whining and complaining that we're off tomorrow. Whatever.
Did we announce that we were?
I did. I said we're off tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, my kids are home. Sorry.
You don't need to explain
I know.
that you're taking a day off.
Richard, I'm just telling you. Come on, man.
Hey, Richard, guess what?
You guys never want to work. I'm here every day, for God's sakes. By the way, They're saying is they're looking at the
Herkimer
the
9
billboard.
billboard.
Yeah, sorry. Scott Flansburgh, I told you I'd give you coverage. I gave you about 15 minutes. Okay, what are we going to try to give away here today?
5 cents.
5 cents?
Davey. Seriousness.
Come on. Don't be messing around.
Now, today is we aren't here tomorrow. So much to the chagrin of Richard. Today is a big day. It kicks off an unofficial kickoff to a holiday weekend. What do you think?
Okay, I'm digging deep down. I give up $300.
$300. Now you're gonna be in so much trouble.
Oh my God.
It's gonna kill him.
I'm surprised he hasn't called in already.
No, that's a good choice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So $300. We're gonna give you a chance to win coming up in a second. $300. $300. I'm going to read. Richard's on fire today, so I'm going to read a few of these. You guys aren't working tomorrow? Unbelievable. Perfect song for you guys. You never want to work like this world today. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Up in New Hartford near Chadwick's only got a small storm around 12:15 a.m. Very little rain, lasted about 10 minutes. I don't know what we got, to be honest with you. But it sounded pretty bad. Huge storms all day today on East Coast, including New York City, starting around now. Well, that's great news for my family. Plans are in the process and submitted already on New Hartford Shopping Center. Besides the hotel on Campion Road, there are plans in place to rid the New Hartford Shopping Center and build a hotel there as well. Plus also to build a residential living area. Also heard to build individual freestanding buildings for some of the businesses there that want to stay. This is all new ownership. I've not heard that as of yet, but one thing is for sure, that's an amazing property that could be something really special.
Yeah.
I mean, and those businesses that are in there have invested year after year, and
They're loyal.
They have done well with their businesses. It would be nice to see the new owners, which I think is really what it is now, really invest in that.
My understanding is maybe the actual owner of the building, not the person who manages, collects the rent that the tenants deal with.
Right.
But the owner is in Italy. Is not even.
So it's an Italian company that owns it?
Yeah, I think it's an international company.
Okay, coming up, we're going to do Habaika's free money question of the day. We're looking for caller number. Davey, I'm going to do it for you. What do you want? Caller 5, I would assume, yeah? 5th caller through the lines. It's $300 on the line here this morning. Caller number 5 right now at 315-736-0186. We're also going to give you a chance to win Beach Boys tickets. The Beach Boys coming on the 31st to the Stanley Theater. Go to the Stanley box office or the Stanley website for details. Caller 5 right now to win potentially $300 on WIBX.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Thinking of a purple mattress this Memorial Day? Mattress Express has the largest selection and save up to $800 on select purple sets. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for qualified buyers on $1,500 or higher purchases.
Utica's first cannabis dispensary is local, licensed, and now open to all. Exit 31 Exotic is your home for edibles, flower, vapes, and all your cannabis needs. Visit Exit 31 Exotic at 255 Genesee Street or online at uticacannabisco.com.
For use only by adults 21 years of age or older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the National Poison Control Center hotline 1-800-222-1222 or call 911. Please consume responsibly. License number OCMCAURD 2400076.
This is Bill Cole from Gates Cole Insurance. Finding insurance coverage can be an overwhelming undertaking. As your local independent insurance company, we work hard for you to get the best coverage.
My name is Timothy Dean. I'm from Tabor, New York. I have Dean's Concessions. I travel throughout New York State. I have been a customer for over 20 years, personal, with Gates Cole. And ever since I've started my business for the last 18 years have been solely with Gates Cole Insurance. As I have to call them from time to time to get certificates, and they take in within 15, 20 minutes. We have a certificate. Gates Cole has exceptional customer service. They're there for you, and I have referred people to Gates Cole, and those people that have transferred over to Gates Cole have been very happy with their services.
This is Tom Cole. For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency. Gates Cole Insurance. We'll take care of you.
Paid for by government.com.
Have you heard? A recent stash of 1904 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1904 O silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. This is a key date for silver dollar collectors, and only a limited quantity are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-222-3807, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1904 O Morgan silver dollar, featuring the iconic O mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, the final year of production. But with limited quantity, you must call now. These 1904 O silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 117 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-222-3807. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-222-3807 now to secure your 1904 O Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-222-3807.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
How are you doing?
I wanted you to do a live.
Well, it'd be nice if you tell me a few seconds in advance. Davey, we're doing $300, and we went with the fifth caller on the lines, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice job today. Well, Mike is on line number 2.
He's furious.
He wants to talk to you. But on line number 6 here is Nina in Utica, and she's ready to take a shot. And is it a she? Is she a she? She is a she. She. Hello, Nina. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is worth $300. And
Okay.
First of all, I want to ask you, are you a Beach Boys fan? Because I'm going to also give you a chance to win Beach Boys tickets today.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, I mean, would you want to win those tickets, or would you rather not?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. I'm glad you said that, and you're honest. We have other things we can give to you. Either way, no matter what. But first of all, let's try to give you $300. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna have 7 seconds to answer, and it's gonna be a toughie, but you might know it, and I hope you do. Here we go. Here's your question. Talking about the Beach Boys. What Central New York band, and we've talked about this recently on the radio, what Central New York band toured with the Beach Boys as their opening act, the Beach Boys opening act, back throughout the mid-1980s? And you have to come up with a band name, a local band. Think about a local band. Ready, go. Pick a local band.
Oh, I think I know. Is it
Showtime?
Showtime. You went with Showtime.
That would have been a good guess.
Is it Showtime? That is not it. Davey wants to guess. What do you have?
Classified.
It's close to Classified, but it's not
that was going to be
Classified.
my guess.
Todd Hoban Band and Greeley Ford, who played in Classified. Greeley, that's Greeley's question. He gave me that question yesterday.
Nice.
They toured with the Beach Boys, and at that time, John Stamos was just starting to drum with the Beach Boys, which was pretty cool. Okay, we're going to give you a $25 gift card, the all-in-one food and fun card. It's good at, of course, Babes. You can go to brunch or lunch or dinner, whatever you want, at Babes this weekend, or it's good at the Adirondack Bank Center or any of the restaurants associated that includes Cookies or Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook, any of those you're all set. And Davey's going to hook you up, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, you have a wonderful weekend, wonderful holiday weekend. Stand by. Davey, take care of Nina, if you would. Yeah, Greeley Ford, the bass player for the Todd Hoban Band, which was a band that was going places.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd Hoban, as you know, when you went to college,
he was my intro to radio professor at Lemoyne.
you know Todd quite well.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Great guy. And actually, if you remember when we did during COVID, we took all these musicians and brought them together and did a 2-hour TV special.
Yeah.
And Todd Hoban performed in that.
He did.
And I believe he did Norwegian Wood by the Beatles.
Yes.
And he did it outside with the birds chirping and everything. It was beautiful. Anyway, there we go. In studio right now, if we could, she is running against Marianne Buttonshawn, challenging Ms. Buttonshawn for the Assembly, which represents Rome and Utica in the 119th. She is a Republican. Christine Esposito, good morning. Good morning. Sorry, I got to get your mic up here. Good morning. Good morning, Christine. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be on the show today.
So tell us about you and why you're running and all of that, why people should consider you for the Assembly.
Sure. As you said, the 119th consists of Utica, Rome, Marcy, Deerfield, Whitestown, Floyd, as well as some surrounding areas. I currently live in Rome, New York, where I've lived for the past 20 years with my husband and we've raised our 2 daughters here. I work for Hamilton College.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I worked for State Farm Insurance Company for years, as well as the New York State Senate. My husband's been employed with the Air Force for over 30 years now. We, my family comes from, they were small business owners. They, didn't inherit that. They worked hard through the years, and eventually my father was able to own his own small construction company, and my mother owned a small gift shop antique store. My husband's family are Utica firemen. His grandfather, father, brother, brother-in-law, cousin were all firemen for the Utica Fire Department. My mother-in-law worked for the Utica School District.
Okay.
So we've been in the community. Our families have taught us to, work hard. Especially my family, had said to me, always be part of the solution, not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Give back to the community. And so for me, I, volunteered. I was on the school board for the Rome City School District. I was PTSO president. I was director of Pop Warner. I coached the community coached in the community for years, as well as I was a Brownie leader, trying to teach young girls to give back to the community.
Yeah.
And, I think that's an important step to, again, being part of that solution.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you obviously have great ties to the area. Can I ask you one of the issues is all of our representatives are Republican except for Marianne Buttonshawn, and the one belief is that having Marianne there, she's a Democrat, and she's in the room because she's a Democrat. How will you combat that? Being in the minority party, how will you be able to accomplish things the way that she is making an effort here right now?
Yeah, I think everybody makes an effort, not just my incumbent, but I think, you look at Anthony Pacenti, you look at Joe Griffo, you look at our mayors. We're all making an effort to improve this county, improve the Mohawk Valley. I think, when I worked for the Senate in Albany, the Republicans held the Senate, the Democrats held the Assembly. And
one might say there was a terrible day when we lost that majority. Yeah. Joe Griffo certainly would say that.
I think there has to be checks and balances.
Yeah.
I think this one-party rule isn't necessarily working for the people of upstate central New York. And so I would argue that, definitely checks and balances. I think that, no matter what party you belong to, there is money available within that party to accomplish things in your district. I also think that, there are differences between, I think, anybody who's running, I respect them. Anybody that puts themselves out there, it's difficult. And we all want to make differences no matter what party you belong to. But there are differences. And so for me, I would look to, my opponent has voted for $28 billion worth of tax increases throughout the state of New York. It's not something that I would look to do. They've also supported, $700 million worth of tax incentives for the film industry. Meanwhile, and I look at the money that's being spent on illegal immigration. Right now, we're looking to spend more money on illegal immigration than we are for our veterans, our homeless, and our seniors combined. So these are things that, I'm looking for, what I'm wanting to fight for is, public safety.
How do you feel about bail reform?
So bail reform is an issue for me. I think, going back to a little bit of my history, when we were here, my husband worked for the 485th at Griffiths Air Force Base. And then we were transferred to, when the Brat closure, we were transferred to Warner Robins Air Force Base in Georgia and Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma. Working around these Air Force bases, you can't help but have respect, loyalty for people who put their life on the line for whether it's their country, for our military, whether it's our police officers, for our city and state. And so for me, we need to do what we can to protect those heroes, give them what they need to do their job right so that they can protect us. And so, crime, public safety is a huge issue for me. When I walked around talking to people in the community, whether it was getting signatures or even now, just to get myself out there, I asked them, do you feel safer now than you did 6 years ago? And do you think the economy is better than 6 years ago? And every single person says no. And so, again, I go back to bail reform is an issue, but I also am fighting for judicial discretion with regards to bail reform. We're the only state in the country that doesn't allow our judges to use judicial discretion when it comes to bail reform. And that just means that, they can't determine whether this person is a safety risk to society or a safety risk to the victim.
Case by case.
Case by case.
And that, I think,
that's crucial.
Right. And so for me...
As opposed to a blanket...
and again, I go back to, we're the only state in the country that doesn't do that. The only state. And so either... you can say, all right, maybe we're more progressive, or this is a little reckless. And I tend to think, in my opinion, it's a little reckless. I think, especially for women, we've spent years trying to get women the voice to, if they've been abused or assaulted, to really come out and press charges against their perpetrator.
Right.
And now, knowing that that person could be out in a matter of hours, we're going backwards, not forwards. And so, what do we do to protect the citizens of the Mohawk Valley? And I think judicial discretion needs to be a top priority.
We're speaking with Christine Esposito. She's running in the 119th as a Republican, challenging Marianne Buttonshun. What did you do in the Senate?
So I worked in the chambers in the Senate for bill jacketing when they voted on the bills, and then I was transferred to Senate research.
Okay.
So doing research for the Senate.
And specifically, are there any specifics that you feel beyond? You talked about her, Marianne Buttonshun, voting to raise taxes. Anything else that you can that comes to mind? That you would do differently if elected Assemblywoman?
Again, I look at for me, again, public safety, illegal immigration. I think we're spending tremendous amount on illegal immigration, whether it's, putting people up in hotels, whether it is, giving debit cards to them. I think the other issue is, our economy. I come from a family of small business owners. I know how difficult it is and how they struggle. I know living in other states, there's less regulations, there's less licensing, less permits that make it easier. When you talk to people that have businesses in New York State and other states, they will tell you it's hard to do business in their backyard. And so can we look at, maybe reducing some of these restrictions that will help small business owners? That's something that I would look to do.
You're in Rome, and the school district is struggling with numbers. The governor has talked about, and oh, by the way, a lot of money went to solve this this migrant problem. But at the same time, schools did not get that increase they felt they needed based on inflation. And the feeling is next year, if you win and become assemblywoman, you're going to be faced with many school districts in this area that are going to be struggling. How do you feel on funding school districts and education? Where do you stand
as a former
on that?
school board member as well?
I was going to say, as a former
You have that experience.
Yeah, I do have that experience. I understand the struggles of the school districts. You look at, case in point, you look at our New York State budget has gone up 37% in the last 5 years, I believe. And you look at the school district struggling to maybe have the same budget or getting less foundation aid. And so it's a cycle. I think it needs to be addressed, the foundation aid that school districts get. I know in Rome particularly, every year we were looking at what are we getting? And then you find out it might be less than what you was told that you would get. Yeah. And so then you're laying off people. Good people that have worked for the district. And then it's a cycle. Can you bring those people back? And so I think the system needs to be fixed, to be honest with you.
Can you, let's see, it's 7:57 and 25 seconds right now. Can you explain the foundation aid and the formula?
Okay. All right, that's going to take a lot longer than that.
It is, yeah. I think most people in Albany don't even understand it, and they're voting on it.
Yeah. It definitely is a difficult concept to understand, and I think even some people in the school districts don't understand it as well. Yeah. They just understand the repercussions of it. And so when you look at a school district like, the Whitestown area trying to make up that $600,000, you say, okay, well, they have a big budget. They should be able to make it up some way. But there's so many regulations and there's so many requirements that you need. And
including, by the way, the electric bus, which I just don't see how that can happen.
Yeah. Honestly, that's another topic that we could get into. But it's hard when you put those parameters on those school districts, and you look at people that have tried to implement electric buses, and you look at the failures that have come up because of that. At a certain point, you think we want to evolve and we want to help the environment.
Sure.
And so that's not an issue. The
electric
issue
is probably inevitable, but we don't have
to let the market do it.
We're not ready.
We don't have the infrastructure to sustain that. We're also in upstate New York where, I work at the college. People have electric cars. Yeah. And those electric cars aren't starting sometimes in the winter unless you're stored in a facility or the battery keeps running down because it's trying to get to the point where it doesn't get to the point of freezing. And so there's all of these factors that need to be taken into play before you push an agenda.
Yeah. Although we love to be in New York, we love to be first.
Right.
You worked in Albany, we love to be first. We appreciate it. Christine Esposito, you'll come back?
Yes, I will come back.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good luck. It's I would say you have a long ways till November, but not really. This
time is flying
very quickly.
It's going to go by. It's going to go by really fast. But I appreciate you guys having me here today. So thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. All right. Have a safe weekend. Okay, we have a bunch more to get to. Stand by. It is 8 o'clock at WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A red rally in a blue city. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Former President Trump will campaign today in the South Bronx of New York City.
Come to the park and, keep it real with the people.
Black people and Hispanic people are very happy about him coming here, and they want to see the options, and they want to put pressure on Democrats to step their game up.
And some will in that Democratic stronghold. They're planning a Trump isn't welcome in the Bronx counter rally. A Trump Republican opponent who ran against him now says she will vote for him.
Biden has been a catastrophe.
Nikki Haley tells the Hudson Institute more than 2 months after dropping out of the GOP presidential race, the former president should reach out to her supporters.
And not assume that they're just going to be with him. And I genuinely hope he does that.
A recent Siena poll gives President Biden a 9-point lead in New York. Another poll gives him a 1-point lead nationally, and it also shows
1 in 5 voters right now say they could change their minds about who they will support in a new Quinnipiac poll. In a two-way race, Biden supporters are more likely than Trump's to look elsewhere.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House, where today the president will host Kenya's president for talks. In the Senate, Democrats will try to revive a stalled border security bill they say makes important changes to deal with record illegal immigration. Republicans say it doesn't go far enough. Elvis won't be leaving the building.
I'm all shook up.
Well, not anymore. An auction of his Graceland estate's been called off today.
Just hours after a Tennessee judge ordered a pause on the foreclosure sale of Elvis Presley's iconic Memphis home, Nisani Investments told Reuters it plans to withdraw all of its claims over Graceland. The company, with no website or working phone number, claimed it loaned the king of rock and roll's only daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, $3.8 million and received the deed for Graceland as collateral.
That's Fox's Dana Marie McNichol. Presley's granddaughter challenged that, claiming it was fraud, and the FBI's looking into it. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
You know, we're so fortunate in this country to have a military that is 100% volunteer. Now, that's why Pure Talk proudly supports America's Warrior Partnership and their mission to prevent veteran suicide. If you make the switch on your cell phone, well, guess what? You're going to get Pure Talk's 5G network, unlimited talk and text, $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW for superior cell phone service, half the price of the big carriers, and you also help a vet in need.
Republicans are pushing for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address Congress, which some Democrats oppose, as Israel's war rages against Hamas in Gaza amid concerns about Palestinian civilian deaths and a humanitarian crisis, which led an international criminal court prosecutor to seek arrest warrants for Israeli and Hamas leaders, alleging both have committed war crimes. Netanyahu tells Fox,
"This is a rogue prosecutor who's gone amok. He's out to demonize the one and only Jewish state and the only democracy in the Middle East. And it's both false and dangerous."
More countries this week joined a list of those recognizing a Palestinian state.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says unilateral recognition is not President Biden's approach.
President Biden, as I just said, has been on the record supporting a two-state solution. He has been equally emphatic on the record that that two-state solution should be brought about through direct negotiations through the parties.
Sullivan says the administration is also working with lawmakers in the House and Senate on potential sanctions for the International Criminal Court. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
There will be another hearing in Congress into pro-Palestinian protests after clashes with police removing encampments from college campuses.
The heads of Rutgers, UCLA, and Northwestern will be grilled by the House Education and Workforce Committee over their response to rising anti-Semitism. It's the fourth time in 6 months the committee has summoned university presidents to be questioned. But it's the first time any heads of public universities have been called. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising modestly the morning after selling. In the NBA playoffs, Dallas won the Western Conference Finals opening game, beating Minnesota. The Florida Panthers beat the New York Rangers in Game 1 of the NHL Eastern Conference Final. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Domenio. Right now, we're at 65 under cloudy skies. Those clouds will clear up today, making way for sunshine. We've got your full forecast coming up. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Herkimer police say they foiled a crime ring that was targeting the local Walmart, rather the bank there. Police say they were called to investigate a woman that was making a suspicious withdrawal with a fake out-of-state license. Police learned the woman, 49-year-old Kelly Arrigo, was with two accomplices that had been trying this scheme at numerous banking institutions from New York City to Buffalo, down to New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Police arrested Jason and Jordan Arzu, both 24 of the Bronx as well. All three were charged with felony possession of a forged document, attempted grand larceny, and conspiracy. Additional charges are pending. All were held on $20,000 bond. Madison County deputies say there's no threat to the public after a woman's abduction claim was unfounded. Deputies went to an area near Chittenango Falls yesterday to look into a report that a woman may have been abducted. By the time they arrived, the woman and three men had already left the scene. They were later found, and no additional details have been revealed about the case. There is one school in central New York that is facing budget issues. It is back to the drawing board in the Cazenovia Central School District after voters rejected a nearly $39 million budget plan. The proposal called for a tax levy increase of over 5.8%, which was higher than the state's tax cap of just over 4%. That meant the budget needed 60% support to pass, but it ended up only getting 58%. The school board has the option of putting the budget up for a vote again in June or adopting a contingency budget. The Susquehanna SPCA and New York State Police released more details about the horrific animal abuse case in New Berlin. Authorities were called to a property on Clark Lane and Pig Farm Lane and documented dead, decaying, sick, and suffering animals on the property that signaled the abuse had been going on for years. In the end, 107 animals were seized and 24 were dead. Police also found a graveyard of bones. 4 people were charged with felonies: 44-year-old Dominic Brown, 74-year-old Jane Richards, 56-year-old Helen Good, and 60-year-old Katharina Good. The owners have yet to surrender their rights to the seized animals. New York Senate Republicans are calling for changes after the state's highest court overturned Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction last month. The court ruled he wasn't given a fair trial because women that were not part of the charges against him were allowed to testify about alleged sexual assaults. Republicans say Democrats are to blame, accusing them of securing Rowan Wilson as chief judge of the Court of Appeals last year, despite his past controversial decisions in such cases. They're proposing legislation to eliminate a loophole that prevents prior and relevant allegations into evidence for a current sexual assault case. It would also limit justices' ability to recuse themselves and prevent the chief judge from being able to cherry-pick justices. WIBX 950 News Time 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture.
Here's the latest from the WIBX Weather Center for today. Partly cloudy with a high of 76. Tonight, clear skies, 54. Tomorrow, sunshine, a beautiful day, 75. Saturday, some PM showers, otherwise highs 80 degrees. Sunday, close to 80, partly cloudy skies. And right now, Memorial Day, looking like a pretty good chance of rain, high 71. That's the latest on Mike Jobson from the WIBX Weather Center of WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 65 degrees under cloudy skies. It is 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. Well, the Rangers off to a disappointing start to the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They were shut out by the Florida Panthers at home in Madison Square Garden, 3-0 the final score. New York will look to even the series at a game apiece when it hosts the Panthers in Game 2 tomorrow night. Meanwhile, the Mets were swept by the Cleveland Guardians after falling 6-3 in the finale at Progressive Field. Reed Garrett was tagged with the loss after allowing 1 run on 2 hits over an inning of relief. Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, and former Yankee Harrison Bader each went deep with a solo homer. New York is now 4th in the NL East at 21-28. They'll host the Giants for a 3-game series that begins tomorrow night at Citi Field. The Yankees finally snapped out of it and snapped that 2-game skid with a 7-3 win over the Seattle Mariners in the Bronx. Nasty Nestor Cortez earned his 3rd victory of the season after striking out 6 batters over 5 scoreless innings. Juan Soto garnering chance of MVP from the crowd last night. He went 2 for 4 with a pair of home runs and 3 RBIs. Aaron Judge and Alex Verdugo also went deep for the Bronx Bombers, who are now first in the AL East at 34-17. They'll wrap up their 4-game series this afternoon at Yankee Stadium with Luis Gil on the hill. One member of the Knicks has been recognized for his stellar season. Star guard Jalen Brunson earned All-NBA second-team honors. He is the first Knicks guard to earn an All-NBA selection since Walt Clyde Frazier after the 74-75 season. Brunson averaged a career-high 28.7 points and 6.7 assists per game this season. New York finished as the second seed in the East before being eliminated by the Indiana Pacers in the second round of the playoffs. WIBX 950 News Time, 8:11.
So I want to give away some Beach Boys tickets. John Stamos is going to be playing drums with the Beach Boys coming up on May 31st. So next week he'll be at the Stanley Theater. Davey's excited about that. Are you going to the show, Davey?
Would like to.
Yeah.
He's a big Stamos guy.
Say yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, of course.
Stefan will be there.
Stefan got his tickets. There's no doubt about that. All right. So I thought we'd do a little match game.
Ooh, I like it.
So I'll take caller number, why don't you pull up caller number 3. If you can use the Beach Boys tickets, third caller through the lines right now at 315-736-0186. Your chance to win Beach Boys tickets with John Stamos playing drums coming right up. We'll do it in, can you give me a quick 2-minute break, Andrew?
I have to do a 3-minute break.
Okay, 3 minutes away. We'll do it. And ask Megan to come down. We'll have her compete with everybody here with the big match game contest. Real excited about it. It's coming up next to WIBX.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands, including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Is credit card debt weighing you down? Are you losing sleep at night, worrying about how much you owe? Have you ever used one credit card to pay off another credit card, just prolonging the problem? You're not alone. Half of all Americans are dealing with troubling credit card debt. But there is an answer. Zero Debt USA has proven strategies to eliminate that troubling credit card interest and get you out of debt fast. They can often get your monthly payment down to less than half of what you're currently paying. Work with a company that can help. Visit ZeroDebtUSA.com. Again, ZeroDebtUSA.com.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/triumph first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/triumph to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. That is Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their roofs for troops mail-in rebate. That is Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
The Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold. Friday, May 31st at the Stanley Theater. The music, the memories, the Beach Boys, riding an endless summer wave into 2024. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com or thestanley.org. Don't miss the Beach Boys, Endless Summer Gold, live.
The more you buy, the more you save at My Carl's. Save up to an extra 20% off bedroom sets, dining, sofas, sectionals, mattresses, and more. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Getting quality.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
What the hell is going on today? All right, I guess we're taking a shot here at winning. Taking a shot here at winning the Stanley's Beach Boys tickets. And, of course, John Stamos announced, the Beach Boys announced John Stamos will be performing on drums when the Beach Boys come to town on the 31st. That'll be pretty darn cool. And it's something that I think that when people go to these shows, they look for that. And, yeah, he is. He'll be here. We're excited about it. So the match game contest is very easy. I do a match game question. If the contestant on the other end of the line, and this morning, our first contestant, I have another pair to give away later on in the hour. Our first contestant is Donna. Hi, Donna. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the real Donna. It's not a voice I have created.
Good vibration.
For the record.
You know from the singing.
All right, you know how match game works, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to need to... how do we stop that? You're going to have to match with at least one of the people here in the studio, and I want to introduce you to those you'll be competing with. There's Andrew Dominio.
Hi.
Hey.
There's our man Davey in the other room. He's all ready.
You have your cards ready, Davey?
And here she is, Megan from down the hallway. She is the head boss here at WIBX. Good morning, Megan. Thank you so much for coming down here.
Glad to be here. Good morning.
All right, we're going to talk to you about pizza and coming up in just a second here.
I look forward to it.
So, Donna, you know how to do this. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right, here is your question. Everybody ready with your question?
I've got that for you, by the way.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Everybody's ready with their question, and here we go. Even the match game music, I like it.
Yeah, of course.
The Empire State Building has an express elevator at the very top. You get down really quickly because this elevator has no blank. Don't give me your answer yet, Donna. Don't give it yet. You get down really quickly because this elevator has no blank. You got to fill in the blank. And then, Donna, you're going to try to match with our blanks here. So.
Okay.
Not yet.
I kind of thought you were going to do match game on the Beach Boys stuff, but this is pretty funny.
Well, it is what it is. Stand by.
Tell us how to run the contest.
Stand by. It'll be me. I'm even going to throw my hat in. Maybe that helps you. I hope it does. So you at least have 4 chances to win here. Okay. All right, everybody's ready with your answer. You're all good. And, Donna, we need to know your answer. The Empire State Building has an express elevator at the very top. You get down really quickly because this elevator has no blank. What is?
Floor.
Has no floor.
That's a good one.
Has no floor.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's start with Davey in the other room. That Empire State Building has an express elevator at the top. You go down quickly because the elevator has no... What did you have?
Floor.
You had floor. All right. She walks away a winner. Andrew, your answer was?
No brakes.
No brakes. Megan, you had?
No annoying kid on board that'll press all the buttons.
Okay, that's a good one. And that exists, right? There's always somebody that gets on that elevator and hits every button before you get on. I don't know what I was thinking. I maybe misunderstood the question. The Empire State Building has an express elevator at the very top. You get down really quickly because this elevator has no brains. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Well, in the world of AI, it's very common.
I think I'm angry today over that flight thing that happened to us yesterday.
Yeah.
No brains. Nobody has any brains. Listen, Donna, congratulations. We're going to give you a pair of tickets to see the Beach Boys coming to the Stanley Theater on the 31st of the month. And, of course, Mike Love performing. He'll be a part of it. And, yes, John Stamos is on drums. Yeah.
Can't wait. That's going to be an excellent, excellent show.
I think it will be.
Much.
Stand by.
Davey, thank you.
Davey's the guy. Stand by. He's going to hook you up. Very nice.
So I do want to get this in because, of course, I have been very diligent, and we've had some.
Are you about to apologize again for something?
For Lance?
Oh boy.
Because
right,
God forbid, I'm being engaged in an interview with a guest that we've had on for the first time.
Who are we talking about? Who did we have on?
So when we had Christine Esposito on, who's running against Marianne Buttonshon for the Assembly as the Republican, the app comments were blowing up from Lance and Lee, and of course I missed it because I was engaged in the interview.
Question? What is his question?
He asked simply, please ask Mrs. Esposito if she is aligned with the Constitutional Caucus. I noticed Jim Zecca was at her fundraiser in Rome a couple weeks ago. Or the Constitutional Cuckoos, which I believe Habaika calls them. Of course, no questions allowed. Griffo must have banned any inquiries. I think that was in response to me not asking that question.
Okay.
And then he said it's about time because he's happy that Megan's in studio. And then
they like you, Megan.
And then Lance and Lee says, with a few elections coming up, can we please get a list of who Bill is working for other than Griffo? Although I believe it would be easy to tell by the questions posed to the candidates. Have a great weekend.
Right. Like when Brian Miller is one of the candidates. So when I bring in Brian Miller, I always lead off with a question. Brian, good morning. Thanks for coming in. Why are you so great? Right? I mean, that's how I am.
Is Brian running opposed this
No, he
cycle?
will. Yes, there's an opponent from down Oneonta way.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm handling the Brian Miller campaign and working with Senator Griffo.
Okay.
So there you go. But listen, anybody knows that me and Griffo
You are very obvious with your disclosure.
Me and Joe have gone head-to-head on issues. So take it for what you want. And by the way, anyone who's on the air we'll take a phone call. You can call in at any time. If you don't think I'm asking a tough question, why don't you call in and ask a question?
Yeah, because
Lance?
I'm going to tell you right now, I do try, especially from our recent spat, Lance, I always try to be very diligent about the comments and the app comments, but if I'm engaged in an interview, I sometimes don't see them. So call up.
Okay, I want to talk to Megan just for a moment. And you grew up in Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
And the New Haven, a congresswoman from Connecticut has, I guess it's a declaration, a proclamation.
Yeah, she entered it officially into the congressional record.
The pizza capital of the world is New Haven, Connecticut. Now, just for the record, I know you're from Connecticut, but even you can't believe that, right?
After being here.
Right.
What I can't believe is there's so many things that are going on, and this is what the hill she wants to die on.
That's a very good
that's a good point.
Observation. Right? There's so much happening. Can you move that mic? See what happens? Not you, Andrew. See, it's in direct line. I can't see anybody. There you go. Nice.
There you are.
So I have heard New Haven pizza is really, really good.
It is fantastic.
However, New York pizza, New York style pizza, and the pizza that we have here, which has many different variants, all different types of pizza. But New York City, I don't know how, it's where the immigrants came to first make pizza.
They made the beets.
Yeah, exactly.
That.
Whatever
that is. Yeah.
That's the Italians in Connecticut. That's what they call it. A beets.
A beets.
Okay.
Yep.
You know that that Oscanizzo's here was a Scanitz is a street vendor, a street urchin they call it, and people would yell out, "Oh, Scanitz," and he'd come over and they'd get their pizza. And that's how the name Oscanitz got its name.
Hey, you know that means he served up a good pizza because people screamed at him to come over.
They screamed at him to come over. And by the way, how many years now? It's still there.
Yeah, I think
almost
early
100
1900s.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
We might call you back down. I'm going to do another one of these later in the hour.
Sounds
Give away
good.
another
So be
pair,
ready.
if you can help.
Alright.
There is a Memorial Day parade this year in Utica. Vince Scalise, Utica Center for Development. We'll talk all about that and any of the honorable events that are going on through the weekend. Also, Bill Manjo from River Hills Properties is a veteran. He flew airplanes during Vietnam, and the Vietnam veterans did not receive the same type of acclimates that that people receive today who come from the service. It was a very difficult time for the country, but very difficult for these veterans. But beyond that, Bill came home. Many of his friends did not, and that's who we're honoring this weekend on Memorial Day weekend. And, when you say to somebody, and we've talked about this, Megan, when you say Happy Memorial Day, that's an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's a somber holiday.
It is it's a day where we remember those who have given their lives for our freedoms. We'll get more into that with Vince coming up, and with Bill Monjo, also from River Hills Properties, coming up at WIBX.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Step into the magic of the 2024 Glimmer Glass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater.
The Glimmer Glass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts nestled on the banks of beautiful Otsego Lake, just minutes from Cooperstown, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs from July 22nd through August 20th and invites you to immerse yourself in myth, mystery, and adventure with productions that explore the connection between identity and illusion.
From the timeless hilarity of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance to the gripping drama of Pagliacci.
Celestial escapades of La Callisto and intriguing mystery of Elizabeth Cree. Experience the magic firsthand.
The Glimmer Glass Festival, a highlight of your summer experiences in the Cooperstown region. Hiking, kayaking, picnicking, and world-class opera and musical theater. Just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and to learn more about this year's festival. Then join us and see for yourself why there's no place quite like Glimmerglass.
The more you buy, the more you save at My Carl's. Save up to an extra 20% off bedroom sets, dining, sofas, sectionals, mattresses, and more. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Utica's first cannabis dispensary is local, licensed, and now open to all. Exit 31 Exotic is your home for edibles, flower, vapes, and all your cannabis needs. Visit Exit 31 Exotic at 255 Genesee Street or online at uticacannabisco.com.
For use only by adults 21 years of age or older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the National Poison Control Center hotline 1-800-222-1222 or call 911. Please consume responsibly. License number OCMCAURD 2400076.
Hey, and Sarah's Flooring Outlet is the area's leading flooring store for, are you ready? Flooring. If you're looking for flooring, why would you go anywhere else than in Sarah's? They have the largest selection of anyone in the area, anyone in the region when it comes to flooring. And that their inventory is larger than what the big box stores have. It is a better selection. It's a bigger selection. You may get something so unique no one else has ever seen it before. And it's in your home, just something, whether it's tile or hardwood, carpeting, linoleum, maybe Pergo Extreme. You know, you're getting the very best price. It is the lowest price guarantee on Pergo Extreme within a 60-mile radius of the store, period. I mean, that's a big deal. It's in Sarah's Flooring Outlet. You can get 6 months interest-free financing. This would be a great couple of days to visit them, being the holiday weekend, and pick out some flooring for your home. There's no better selection. In Sarah's Flooring Outlet, Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and online at insarasflooringoutlet.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
A couple of comments. Larry, no sound on YouTube. Yeah, we were showing the billboard and it got all screwed up. John, bottom line, we the people are the government. Wait till we make arrest. Wait till, I don't know what. Some of these comments come in after we've talked about what we've talked about, so I have no idea in what reference.
There's a couple of those here, like Deeds in New Hartford. Quote, it's like Mexico back in the 80s, end quote.
I don't know what that means.
What a racist comment. Totally kidding.
Here's Tom. I like turkey, too. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
What's that, Vince?
I like turkey. I mean, I guess that's a good comment.
It's nice. You know? It's good. It's good for you, I believe. Yeah.
Here's Grandma spelled Gramma in Rome. This is a wild goose chase at 9:17 a.m. Not sure what that's in reference to. Lanston Lee saying thank you very much for finally getting to his comments. Again, my apologies for missing those. You can always call 315-736-0186. This is Jerry saying, hi, Andrew. Jerry here. How come nobody says anything about Biden and other politicians who want electric vehicles who don't use them? How many vehicles in his motorcade are electric? 0. One trip of his uses more fuel than I would use in a lifetime.
So the real way, in my opinion, to do the electric, first of all of a sudden, politically, we become Republicans versus Democrats on electric vehicles, which is stupid, all right? And I get it. There are some blue states that are trying to mandate ridiculously like what we're doing in New York State. The reality is, don't lose sight of the fact that this is a new technology that is going to be the future. Whether we like it or not, it's coming. But the way to do it is to allow the market industry the public will determine when this works, when the public buys more electric vehicles than they do gas-operated vehicles.
Yes, correct.
And the other part of this is there's no we do not have an infrastructure that can handle this as of yet. And why is that? Well, we're way behind. We're way behind Europe, let me just tell you. Way behind when it comes to electric. So it's going to take time. It is coming. It's not a bad thing. It is. I want my gas. I want to be able to breathe in that exhaust.
I want that 93
Damn
octane.
The reality is you got to let the market determine it. Vince, I know this is not your wheelhouse, but I can't believe you disagree with me.
No, I agree with you 100%. And we see it not just in the cars, like with us with construction for our housing. You know, we're being forced to electrification for these projects. And like you said, the infrastructure can't handle it. The technology isn't there. So for the new units that we'll be building at the old YW, we're forced to do all heat pumps for their apartments.
So you can't put in any natural gas stuff?
No.
I can't believe
we could not,
even
we
now?
could for the pool. Because there's certain exceptions that
yes,
they do.
Try heating a pool with an electric heater.
But you have to understand, for every heat pump we put in, we have to put a second one in because you have to have the redundancy because, like you said, the technology's not there.
Yeah.
So most of them are only good to 5 degrees.
Right.
Well, in upstate New York, it gets a little colder.
It does. Now, I will tell you on the heating a pool. Now, the pool you're talking about is enormous. Mm-hmm. At your facility, but when I lived in Ilion, we wanted and the electric heaters at that time, this was 20 years ago, we wanted an electric heater because of municipal electricity. The electricity was so inexpensive. It cost me far more to heat with gas, or even worse than that, propane. Which turned out to be illegal, and then they made me take it out. I mean, without getting into all the crap. But you know, who wants to swim in a cold pool?
No, you don't. And here's the thing with situations like Vince's and other nonprofits, if you're forcing them to do a heat pumps are very expensive to install, and people will say, well, when you break it down, it's just as much as it doesn't cost as much as a boiler or a furnace.
It's a great viable option. There's no doubt about it. It's a great option. I'm not sure on a building the size of what we're talking about, what you're dealing with.
Not to be the sole use of heat.
Right.
They're good. They're good secondary sources right now. They're
It's
great.
You have a room in your house that
Electric
isn't
baseboard.
You bring in
turn it into a 4-season room.
Yeah.
Or when it's the temp only gets to 30, maybe 25.
Right.
But after
right.
that, they're not. And like you said with the technology, the problem with the units that we already installed, their motherboards go left and right.
Yes.
And it's more expensive just to replace the motherboard on it. Like the technology is not there because they can't keep up with the amount of heat
Let me
they're
tell you,
producing.
when I was a kid, my father built our house. And he worked at Remington Arms, so it was one income, and they paid for everything as they went along the way. And we lived, before they built the house, we lived in the basement. So they did over the basement. That's where we lived for about 4 years till the house was complete. And he put in electric heat. And this was what I heard all throughout childhood. Don't turn up those electric heaters. That's way too, because it was so expensive. You know what? It was the Ben Franklin stove, and you have to imagine in the basement, you don't have to worry about insulation. I mean, even though it's insulated, that we were walking around in shorts all winter long, but it was a Ben Frank. You would not want to start up those electric heaters because it was so expensive.
Yeah.
But if you lived in Ilion, different story. Ilion probably has more saunas per capita, electric heated saunas per capita than anywhere else because the electric was so cheap at that time.
Wayne also asking, can NASCAR race electric cars? I mean, imagine that. Like your pit stop would be, you got to plug in.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there are some very powerful electric vehicles, and it's quite amazing. But you can make all of those you want. We just do. How are you going to charge them every day?
Yeah.
And how are we going to handle the cold weather? How are those buses going to make it up those hills when it's
They're not
5 above zero?
Both ways.
They're not going to. Yeah. All right. Good. And again, we're not against this technology at all. We're just not there yet. Vince Scalise is with the Utica Center for Development, obviously a veteran, and we have Bill Monjo coming in a few minutes, who's going to be talking about the why you. Nobody needs to get mad, but why it's not Happy Memorial Day.
Because the day is to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, death doesn't necessarily...
It's not fun.
It's not a happy occasion for most people. But, you shouldn't say Happy Memorial Day. Like when we post, we were like, everybody have a safe... you try Memorial Day, try to say something like that.
And we know, listen, people are going to barbecue. They're going to have family home. There's going to be all sorts of celebration. There's no doubt. But take the time this weekend to remember those who
and we're not asking you to take
us.
the whole day.
Right.
We're asking you to take a moment out of your day.
And a good moment. A good moment would be the parade.
The parade, yeah. So we're again, this is our 3rd year hosting it for the city of Utica. We're going to do the same route. We're going to start on Genesee Street, 10 o'clock, across from former St. E's, head north, make the right onto the Parkway, and end at the Parkway Senior Center or Rec Center there. But, it's not, we're not trying to make a party out of it, but it's a day to reflect. Come out, show your respect. We'll have a lot of veteran organizations marching in the parade. We'll have a few fire departments, police departments, etc. And it's just a day to allow people to remember the freedoms that they have and enjoy were paid for in the price of lives.
I'll never forget the first parade that I ever drove a radio station van in. And you know what radio stations like, they like to boom their music. And I remember one of the organizers of this Memorial Day parade yelling, like, shut that music off. You could play patriotic music or that sort of thing, but this is a special moment to remember, and we should not forget that.
No, and especially for the younger generation. We need to make sure they understand. And as they grow up and continue these memorials, because freedom, like they say, freedom isn't free, and it's been paid for with a lot of lives. So.
Well, and one more little mention of all of this. I know we've seen a lot of protests on college campuses, and, a lot of people have tried to compare it to the 60s and 70s. You really can't compare it. Those protests were about, there was a draft, and you didn't choose to, some may have, but you really didn't choose to go to Vietnam. And today we are utilizing the National Guard, and people don't pay attention to it. Mm-hmm. It's like it's so different, and I do think you're going into the National Guard thinking I'm going to get an education, I'm going to do that, and all of a sudden there you are in Afghanistan or wherever.
Okay. I did more combat deployments in the National Guard than I did on active duty.
Isn't that amazing?
But you're right, and I despise when people try to compare those protests to the 60s. Apples and oranges, not even the same.
No.
But people also have to understand that you're allowed to do that in this country because of the amount of free. Try doing that in any other country. And one of the biggest pet peeves I have is when there's tons of democracies in the world. Yeah, there are. But not one of them even comes close to the amount of individual freedoms you have here in the United States.
It's absolutely true. Even our neighbors to the north, they do not have the rights that we have.
No. Most countries, the police don't even need search warrants.
Right.
But they're democracies.
Right.
I mean, try to walk into a home in the U.S. without a proper search warrant. What's going to happen? So things like that, people just don't. They take for granted. They don't understand. And again, you have it, and it's been preserved for over 200 years because of the lives that have been given.
Yeah. And let's not forget, we respect the slippery slope in this country. We know that if you take this right away and this right away, it's going to affect us over here as well, oftentimes tremendously. And you see that in other countries around the world. So this is a big day. Please respect it, and just even if you take a moment this weekend, that would be special.
Take a moment, make a moment of silence, say a prayer with your family, whatever you want to do. But yes, please remember and pass on to that younger generation the importance of this day.
And come out to the parade.
Yes, we would love to have spectators along the route. And if you want to be in the parade, I don't care if you show up the morning of. Just get there by 9:30. I'll put you in that parade.
All right. I love it.
And thanks for all the work you do at the Utica Center for Development.
Yes.
We will have you back anytime, of course, but certainly we're going to want to have you talk about the 4th of July, which is a celebration, and we'll get to that a little later on.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Right. Thanks so much.
Always good to see you, buddy.
Utica Center for Development. Quick break. We'll come right back at WIBX.
The Memorial Day deals are at Mattress Express. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for anything in the store for qualified buyers. Then save up to $800 on Stearns sets, $800 on Purple sets, $500 on Sealy, and $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Only at Mattress Express.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. That is Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their Roofs for Troops mail-in rebate. That is Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hey, let's talk about what's going on in Herkimer County Memorial Day weekend. A lot of stuff happening. Of course, there will be parades throughout Herkimer County, down into the valley, parades on Monday, and celebrations of the sacrifice and appreciation of the sacrifice that has been made by our veterans on Memorial Day weekend. Also, you can explore Herkimer Diamonds, open today till 5, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday till 5 o'clock. You could savor the taste of Herkimer cheese or take a boat tour along the historic Erie Canal right out of Waterfront Grill and Gems Along the Mohawk. If you have a business or an event you'd like to promote, reach out on Facebook to the Herkimer County Development Organization. Vince Bono, and they'll walk you through the whole process and help you promote your event. Food truck season underway. This is the opening weekend, if you will, at Sylvan Beach, which isn't really in Herkimer County, but, you know. It is the opening weekend of Old Forge. Sorry, that was a faux pas. Sorry, Vince. There's Old Forge. It's the unofficial opening to summer is what I'm really trying to say. And many events going on at Old Forge. And, you know, before you know it, Enchanted Forest and Water Safari will be opening in just a couple of weeks. If it's happening in Herkimer County.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
This is our Friday, so we are.
It's Friday for us, even though it's Thursday.
Sorry,
Memorial Day weekend kicking off this weekend, tomorrow, and of course Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The weather looks pretty good up until the point we get to Monday, where things are a little bit on the rainy side, at least now, although this forecast could change several times before we actually get there. In studio right now, Bill and Robin Monjo from River Hills Properties. Their new TV show is called Sold in upstate New York. And this weekend, you guys have a special Memorial Day show this weekend.
Yes, we do. We do. And I want to say thank you to you and your guests, Bill, because you have spent a great deal of the morning already discussing Memorial Day and the impact that it's had on some of us, should be all of us. And so I want to thank you for that, because a lot of what Robin and I were going to discuss, you've actually addressed already, and that's a wonderful thing.
Well, it is. You are a veteran.
I am a veteran. I flew in Vietnam, and in my particular case, 18 of my flight class came home in a year. There were 55 of us.
Wow!
Oh my gosh!
So it was a tough year, but and in a war, as we all know, as we look back in retrospect, wasn't the greatest war that we'd ever been in, and a sad time, and
which a lot of service members were blamed for when they came home.
Yes,
that was very difficult. I can't imagine.
Yes, that was a challenge for people, and we're so happy now that everyone seems to reach out to when they see someone in a uniform. Right now, they're very proud of them, and they say, "Congratulations, thank you for serving." It's a wonderful thing. We all remember the commercials that were like Budweiser commercials at airports where people were clapping. That was wonderful. Unfortunately, we didn't experience that, and we basically put it in a box and put it behind us, and we moved on.
Yet your love of country never ceased, right? Which is an incredible thing.
Oh, well, it's America. It is a wonderful place. My goodness gracious, it's just a fabulous place, and it's like nowhere else in the entire world. And if you haven't had a chance to travel, it's one in a million. And we're so sad now to see people saying, "I don't want to be here."
Yeah.
You know, it's a sad thing too. But I have,
however, the right that they have to say that, they don't have in other countries.
One of the reasons we
one
fought.
of the things you fought for.
Absolutely.
And they don't understand that.
No.
It's unfortunately, I don't think they understand what they're protesting and the consequences. But nonetheless, it is what it is. This is an important weekend and I think the message that we were trying to send is, you will celebrate this weekend. Yeah. You're going to celebrate with family and barbecues and whatever it is that you're doing. We're going to have finally some nice weather. But I think your message has been, just take a moment to remember.
Remember, and it's a quote that we've often heard, but freedom's not free. People have spent their lives so that we can have this freedom.
Correct.
So I have a question for you all.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and this goes back to we were listening into your green room, and we were discussing electric cars. And so I have a question for you. How much tax do electric cars pay for the roads? Okay, time's up. They pay nothing.
Oh, that's a good point. So when
They
you
pay
fill up your
nothing.
vehicle,
When you pay up your vehicle. Now, the other thing that we don't realize is electric cars by weight are much heavier than our gas-driven cars because of the large batteries.
So they're taking a toll on the roads.
They're taking a toll on the roads, and they're going through scot-free, and we are paying for that. The ones of us
Unfortunately,
that have cars.
I have a hybrid, so I'm kind of half scot-free.
Right.
you're still paying some taxes.
So what is so when you say, you mean to purchase the vehicle or to, well, they're not paying any
when they're
gas
driving,
tax.
when they charge up their cars, which
Yeah.
is a wonderful thing, they don't. There's no taxes, no road taxes. As we all know, we're paying a great deal of New York State and federal taxes for the roads to be maintained. And it's an interesting thing, and I realize the government wants electric cars, and so they're allowing us kind of to be an open sesame for them.
Right.
Now, one other point that you...
By the way, two things.
Yes,
I
sir.
do pay taxes on mine because I charge at home, number one. Number two, and I never pay to charge. I always go to a business that's doing it for free. Plug that thing in.
Go
I don't
to the
pay a
Price
thing.
Chopper.
So another question for you. You brought
yes.
a wonderful point that Europe is the forefather of going electric.
Nuclear is a big part of that.
Well,
in
nuclear
Europe.
is a big part of it, but I was going to ask you, how many oil wells are there in France?
Yeah, probably
None.
Yeah.
How many are in Spain? Italy? Germany?
yeah,
none.
Right.
How many are in America? Plenty.
There are plenty, and
we have we have the resource.
We still are, I believe, the greatest producer in the world. This country,
and
we
the other
wouldn't realize that. People don't realize that.
The other thing in Europe is it's very geopolitical. I mean,
you're in the oil business.
A little bit, but it's just it is interesting that they're worried about getting their gas from Russia.
Right.
And so they've got it. They're forced into their electric can a little bit earlier than we would be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. It's most likely it's the future. I mean, it's coming.
Agreed.
But there is no way we are going electric buses in New York State in 10 years.
True story.
It's just not gonna. We just do not have. Unless some miracle occurs, and I just don't.
Yeah, that we never have winter again.
Yeah, well, but forget the winter. We'll get past that technically, but it is the infrastructure.
The grid,
we do not have a grid that can support this right now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then this weekend, I have a special electric charcoal grill. It's amazing. No, I don't.
You put the coal in the electric and they mix together.
Mine is called propane. But, people don't feel guilty celebrating this weekend, right?
No.
Absolutely not. No. But as you said, just, a moment, just to think about it. I mean, because it's somebody... let us not forget the people that died in the deserts of the Middle East and things like that. They're your cousins. They're your uncles. They're, just a thought. Give them a thought.
And you tackled this issue a little bit on, I realize it's about real estate, but there are a few little drops in there where you talk about the importance of a Memorial Day and really taking a moment to remember those who have put their lives on the line.
And I do hope, and Robin and I both hope, that people get a chance to watch the show. Sold in upstate New York. We think we're giving something that's...
Oh, you're giving something this week. You're giving a sneak peek, and I'm not sure how much you even know of this yet.
Don't know.
A sneak peek of the Overlook Mansion, the Overlook Castle, which is, Robin, spectacular.
Sweet.
In Little Falls.
Great listing.
It is spectacular. It's getting a ton of activity online. It was picked up by the Historical Homes site of America.
Wow.
And we woke up the next morning after it went live, and we were just
overwhelmed with the response. I mean, tens of thousands of people.
Wow.
Yeah, and it deserves that attention. It's a wonderful structure.
The man so it was a borough mansion, I believe. The man who created that beautiful building invented...
He was instrumental in developing the dairy industry, most notably. But he was recognized by President Reagan, I think, in the mid-'80s for his contribution to the oil-burning furnace.
Wow.
He actually did that.
Yeah.
Talking about electric, but
he's the one. A lot of those still in Central New York.
Yeah, we have one.
We have one.
I want to go to John Decker, who's online right now. John is the chief White House correspondent with Gray TV. And John, you had a chance, speaking of Memorial Day, you had an opportunity to meet up with a veteran who was part of the Normandy invasion.
Yeah, what a thrill. George Saros. I traveled down to Asheville, North Carolina. George is 99 years old. He was just 19 years old when D-Day happened, and he landed on Utah Beach on June 6, 1944. A real American hero, a real privilege to meet him, and I'm so pleased. I'll tell you something. I helped arrange this, which will occur in early July. The Greek defense minister is going to honor George Saros, whose parents are both from Greece, for his heroism in World War II. That will happen right here in Washington, D.C. during the NATO summit. So really looking forward to that, and so is George.
Well, when you go to Normandy, if you have the chance to go, still today, the French citizens are so they love Americans. It's really quite incredible. I'm hearing noise. I assume you're at some sort of a celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I am on the south lawn of the White House. There is a state visit happening today. The president of Kenya is at the White House, and there will be a welcoming ceremony that will get underway in about an hour, and you hear the Marine Band behind you.
Doing sound check.
A lot of pomp and circumstance that happens for these welcome ceremonies at the White House, and there will be a joint press conference that will happen early this afternoon.
All right. Well, we'll leave you to that moment, John. We appreciate the time. Where do people go to Gray TV to? I'm hearing that in the background. All right, they go to Gray TV to see the piece that John did on that veteran. It's really
that's right.
unbelievable.
Yes, and you posted up there, and I'm so glad I was able to send that to you, and I'm so glad you watched it and got a thrill out of it like I did.
Really incredible. All right, John, safe travels this weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.
You know, Bill, I would just like to say you just brought up a wonderful memory. Those of us that did serve in Vietnam never like to talk about it because we were all the children of the people that went to D-Day, and that was a serious war with giant repercussions. And so we never felt that we did what they did. They went over for a lifetime, so to speak. We spent 12 months there, which is a long time, but they went indefinitely.
Yeah.
So that was a whole different story. And so we always felt that we were second place to that.
Well, listen, it was a very horrible war that we didn't call a war, right? We didn't even want to call it a war.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of mistakes were made and a lot of sacrifices were made, which is all a big part of this weekend. So
God bless America.
God bless America. Thank you, guys. We
Thank
appreciate
you very
it.
much.
And again, if you get a chance, it's sold in upstate New York. It is a TV show about real estate, but this weekend a little patriotism,
remembrance
as well. So check it out Saturday and Sunday this weekend, or anytime on YouTube.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands, including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information that you should know about planning for nursing home care. The best way, of course, is to plan ahead. The key is to make sure that you make decisions far ahead of the time that you need a nursing home. Getting the basic pieces in place, including power of attorney, healthcare proxy, will, trust, all those things, and working closely with your family to make sure you're organized and ready to go in case the worst happens. You should also know there are strategies you can employ, even if you currently have a loved one in a nursing home. When there's a crisis and someone's entered a nursing home, there are things we can do to act very quickly to protect some of the assets. It really does require that an elder law attorney be involved because the techniques that are used are very technical in nature. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had leaf filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/triumph first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/triumph to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome,
W295EI,
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Nikki Haley now supports the Republican she ran against. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. More than 2 months after dropping out of the presidential race, Nikki Haley tells the Hudson Institute she'll vote for former President Trump, citing foreign policy and border security.
Trump has not been perfect on these policies. I've made that clear many, many times. But Biden has been a catastrophe.
Now, today, the former president will hold a rally in a Democratic stronghold, the South Bronx in New York City.
Him coming here is going to show that at least he's trying.
My advice to Trump is just to be himself, to be relatable.
Now, Democrats plan Trump is not welcome in the Bronx counter rally. In Mexico, a presidential campaign rally turned deadly. 9 people killed in a stage collapse. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
The tragedy happened as center-left presidential candidate Jorge Alvarez Maínez was giving a speech in the city of San Pedro Garza Garcia near Monterrey. In video posted on social media, a roof and lighting structure come crashing down. People can be heard screaming as they run from the stage. Maínez says a sudden gust of wind led to the incident.
The candidate was not injured. 60 others were. The Senate will vote today trying to revive a border security bill that stalled in February. Democrats say it'll change asylum rules and stem the flow of illegal immigration. Most Republicans disagree, say it won't do enough. GOP senators are also concerned about this.
After 2 Jordanian nationals attempted to breach Marine Corps Base Quantico in Virginia while dressed as delivery drivers, Republican South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham wants answers.
You got 2 fighting age males, came here illegally from the Mideast. What could possibly go wrong?
Fox News has learned through multiple DHS sources one of the Jordanian nationals crossed the border illegally in the San Diego sector last month and was released on a notice to appear. The other is a student who had overstayed his visa.
Ryan Schmelz, America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart.